that Finland is part of it. Now, we can select these units, but they all have 0 action points. That I believe it's on July 10th, I think it is, that Finland, declares war or whatever, continuation war or whatever, and comes into this as a flanking movement. And we can use them to try to secure up here a bit more. Right. So, I am, like I say, playing this with a bit of AI assistance. So we're using automated AI instead of I planning it. I've messed with the Air Force a considerable time ago, and you can dig in and do things like set the elevation you want the bombing missions to be happening at. The lower they are, the more flak they're going to get and damage from ground, ground anti-aircraft guns, and but potentially be more effective. So you can have air assets. I remember. Okay. Yes, like I say, I've only played the first 2 turns, so I've not gotten into this. But according to this, they do. Looks like 115 fighters. I don't know if there are those transports, maybe, and bombers. So so you can dig in, and we're also going to be playing with the AI depot management. You can dig in and play very detailed, very much deep in with this game. So just keep that in mind when watching me, because I'm here to show off the game and entertain you all doing it, and so I'm not wanting to, at least from my perspective, bore down into a lot of details for the stream. But you certainly can if this is. We had Air Marshal, I'm guessing Tankcraft '07 is finished when we played. You're talking about a beta thing. Weird question, I'm sure, but made me curious for a while. Who is Gary Grigsby? I know the name. I know the name going back to the '90s. Um, he was. I mean, I don't. Is he still active? I'm not sure. Um, uh, Designing like the Operational Art of War, great game. You can also find it on the Matrix uh, store. War games designer. So he has a big bookshelf games back before PC2, I believe. Yes. And so I'm not sure. I mean, if somebody knows, please post it. If he was active in this update, but these are based off of his work, is my understanding. Okay, there. Thank you. Is a designer and programmer for computer war games in 1997. He was described as one of the founding fathers. Yes, absolutely. See, I know way back then, dubbed him as much institution in his niche as computer game. Yes. All right. He was on this plat. Oh, well, very good. So he's still being active. Thank you. I did not know. I follow what's going on, but not in that much detail, as you can tell. So yeah, so this is this comes from a legacy of tabletop. So this is turn based, not real time. But instead of just counters on the map here, we have details down to what tanks and what type and their effectiveness and supply and a lot of stuff. Hello, dogs. I guess you're the one that, yes, dogs 2018. Either you're very young or something. I don't know. 2018. That's not that long ago, right? So, like I say, we're going to keep this going pretty fast. So we're going to allow the AI to run the air operations. Yes, execute air directives. Oh, why did it look up there? I wanted to see down below because that's where you can see the air operations being. Well, I guess I don't know, missed them. Oh, you can see some of them just happened there. And we can get a report. Sorties, losses, 8 miss here, damage, enemy air action, very little. So that was their operations. Now, and like I was saying, this game allows for you to dig into a lot of detail, or you can play it like I'm playing it a bit more superficially, which I think is good, quite honestly, because there is, in essence, the term game in it is something that's supposed to be fun. Random year in the future when, you're in the future when you chose it. And hello, Fair Oakenshield. Thank you for being a subscriber. Okay, so now I am going to attempt to make a couple of pockets here while moving up. Now I'm also going to look at see, we can see here. Oh no, it's here. See, this division is under what is it? The 23rd Corps. I have to think to do Roman numerals, but I can't do them. But he's going to be moving to the north just because from where he is there. So I think we'll put him in the, what is that? The 38th Corps, if we can. So come over here. We're gonna change that Corps. So now he is under this Corps headquarters. Now you want to keep the Corps headquarters out of combat, but within supporting range of your units. Now, what we're going to do with him here is he's going to come right here, and we're going to hover over this. Now, there's two types of attack, again, you can make. You can just make a hasty attack, or you can hold down the shift button and do a deliberate attack. Deliberate attack takes more action points, and we can see that the attacker's strength here with the deliberate is 23 versus 1.5, where 11 versus 1.5, so basically 10 times more. Or yeah, basically 10, well, not quite, 8 times more, but that's good enough, I think, so that we're going to do that, a hasty attack, come into here, and then look to the north. Okay, about 5 times, and so we're going to attack to the north. Roman numerals are the works of the devil. Learn them, never learn them. Ah, well. Yeah. Can you believe, I mean, but if you think about it, that all that Roman engineering was done with Roman numerals. All the math that they did was with Roman numerals. Separates the barbarian from civilized men. You're joking. I get that. Hello. Sev 82. Sorry, I'm sorry I butcher names. Okay, so now here we can hit to the north. We want to push up to the north as well. So, but we also want to push to the north. So we're going to bring him up to here. Okay, first the weakest units. We're going to get those. Here I'm actually going to do a deliberate attack. Just maybe overkill this, but really try to kill it. I say it like you say numbers 7 and leave the end part. Okay, sev. I guess seva, whatever. And come up here and put that. Okay. Yes. And we have enough to occupy the city. There. We're going to come up this way. Attack that armor unit. And attack the mechanized unit. And push them through that. Okay, this is going to be our pocket. Now you need to create the pocket and then attack it the next turn. Otherwise, the units will retreat, even if we completely encircle these guys. Now he is, which may have been a little bit of a problem there, is outside. Once it goes within a red highlight around it, it means it's out of proper operational. I moved it over this other unit here to keep it secure. No, there's a system somehow I need to learn it one day as a wargame where you often meet those numbers. Yes. And some, for all the confusion that Roman numerals give you, they also give you clarity. For me, I need to I just naturally read regular numerals, but so I have to interpret them. But you do sort of separate out, say, divisions that are using Arabic numerals and corps that are using Roman numerals, and then maybe you still have armies up higher using regular numerals. So that way there's not maybe as much confusion if you're talking about the 30th Division or the 30th Corps, or just reading it, I should say, because if you're talking, you're not speaking in Latin, using Latin numbers. But I think you get what I mean, so that you can have a little bit of a differentiation on what's going on. So we're going to come up here. Okay, we're capturing some supplies. And okay, they retreated out. But we've got all of these units here in a pocket, which is good. Oh, boy, I know you're doing 1745 there, but yeah, getting big numbers. Yeah, it's only cores, which, yeah, Roman numerals. So that way because life is confusing, but this can be even more confusing. Now we're going to come down here, and we're going to break through here. See, now this here is 10 to 4 versus 10 to 0.2. So we're going to hit the 0.2 first. And then we're going to shift. We're going to do a deliberate attack so that we really bash on them hard. Forward. Basically, just surrendered. And we're going to see if we can deliberately attack. Do we stop? Let's move forward. We should have done that already anyways. I forget to. No, well. Okay, well, we're gonna move these guys up. You want to with this? Oh, I didn't mean to have that unit come along with the stack, so I unselect it there now. Right, cores cannot attack. Just 15 to 2. Okay, we're gonna do the easy one first. We're in the best shape still to do that. And again, I'm probably not moving up my... Nope, we do have the HQ somewhat. No, we're going to move it to there. Okay. Those are both HQs under there. There we go. Now we've created another pocket with a bunch of more units. And that's what I wanted to do with those. Now we still got a lot more action to happen here. He's just going to come up and occupy here. Totenkopf. Now Totenkopf is a motorized force. That way. We'll be in the most action points still remaining. Oh, that did not take that down. I did not like that. No, so I should have did a deliberate attack. See that we're capturing some depots as we're moving along. Okay, so now we've way pushed outside of its headquarters range. Oh well. Yeah, we maybe should have had it more directly under a corps commander, but I don't know that that's absolutely necessary. But I should do better with that. So that HQ is here. Okay, 1st Panzer Division, motorized corps. We're going to move the motorized corps HQ up to here. Then we're going to move the tanks to here. Now, we can hover over this and see that we're actually weaker than who we are thinking of attacking. So that's probably not the best idea. Let's move the corps up, or HQ up closer so that we are together. Now they're still stronger than we are, which I expected that. Didn't like it, but expected it. Yeah, same HQ. So we have the HQs for all these up here. Let's select all of them and hover over. Okay, now we have an advantage, but I don't think it's a good enough advantage, so we're going to hold down the shift key and do a deliberate attack and take the place, hopefully, like that. Just get it. Okay, their forces retreat. Can we get any of the forces in? No. I guess they're just outside of our operational range. Bummer. Well, we do technically sort of have it in that it's, I don't know if you want to call this grayed out or unread or something, but now we have more motorized forces here. I'm going to come to here. I want to come to here because I want to secure the railing. I don't want to, well, that probably will. Yes. Now, let's grab its headquarters and get it up here. Well, do we want to move it south around this way? Hadn't thought of that. Okay, well. Yeah, let's. We're creating a sec or a third pocket here, but a deeper one. There we go. And we've left an infantry division behind us. Now, the Soviets will attempt to retreat what units they can. At least that's my expectation. We're going to move this unit. This unit with the, I don't know if you want to call that a shovel there. No, well, actually we want to move it to here. And then, I don't know about not having that hex. We may have to. Ooh, that's bad. Okay. Yeah. I made a mistake. Oh, well, no, we got that without any damage to the railway, it looks like. Okay. So we're going to repair that railway. You can see the darker reddish ones, we just don't control at all. These sort of palish red ones are railway track. settings that we're going to try to get so that we have supplies moving up. Right now, yeah, I think we're gonna see about just leaving them where they're at. We're gonna move up the security units here in a moment. These guys sort of blocked in. So we're going to move that to there. Okay, we can move them up to there. So we're going to get you as far north as we can. Well, just make sure they don't somehow close our supply lines. You've got units way out there in the front. So you come up forward. You got one unit there. So let's try to get you to there maybe? Yeah, okay. So you've got units around. So let's see what we can do. That's a little better. Go up to here. There we go. That should keep supplies flowing. Hello, Der Hobby General. How you doing? All right, so we've moved up here. Let's see. AI management. We're having AI manage the depot elements. Okay, no, just like off of that. So I think that could be it for this turn here. Oh, no. Okay, we got to make sure it's on. Yes. Make sure it's on. Now we're going to end your turn. Yes. And we can watch the review. We do have Fog of War on, so we see a bit, but not a whole lot of what's going on with the Soviet Union here. This is just running through there and zoom out a bit. They're doing some air operations. They're delivering air freight. Like they lost 3 transports there. Or spiders, I don't know, but these are the fighters. I think those are transports. And so we're doing repair elements going through here and saving the turn. Okay, so we are in transfer Soviet. See, we've done a lot more damage to the Soviets than they have. Okay, so we're going to again allow the, hopefully we'll have a better view of it this time, AI to, yes, execute to run the air operation. You can see it just goes wicked fast here, but it's doing what the AI thinks it should do. obviously you can do things. You can specify, say, targeting uh, air bases, or putting your aircraft to support ground attacks. All of that kind of stuff. You get a pretty good um, chance to micromanage it if you want. Okay, they've opened this back up here with that tank unit moving, but these are completely closed in. So, this security unit, we will use them. So these units are surrendering instead of retreating. And doing all of that. That's very good. Right. I think this needs to be a deliberate attack. Yeah. Oh, they held. Okay, well. Use a proper infantry division here. Uh, there we go. So those two pockets are completely dealt with. We've got this division here. We're going to move down here. Secure the flank up through there. As you can see, the Russians are evacuating as much as they can, but we want to stop them. So they routed back into their goods instead of routing and retreating. I keep forgetting, as you can see. Okay, this is the second corps. So what we're going to do, because I'm seeing that this is attached to the 16th Army, so we're going to come over here and change headquarters to the second corps. That way it'll just be better in supply. Now over here, we will let Totenkopf come in and take Riga and have one of their little, I don't want to get banned here, so I'm not going to say what kind of party it is. Not a good one, that's for sure. Oh, and again, I got to remember to... Okay, let's change headquarters to the motorized division. That way, at least it's somewhat near the division. So they execute it there at least. Okay, get both of these selected here. Yeah, we're going to do a deliberate attack. Oh, we should have enough action points to do deliberate. No, not letting us do a deliberate attack. Not enough action points for both of the units to do so. And they're retreated and routing. Very good. Okay, so we've pushed up pretty far into the second turn. At least I think so. Well, we're going to instead come over here. I was thinking about. Let's. I'd hate to miss or lose Riga to not having any forces there. Some sort of strange counterattack. Not that I'm expecting anything to get there. I may be doing too much effort to do the pockets, but I like the idea. We got a division back there, a division here, and a division way up there. So let's move you up like this. Now here I'm looking at the supplies. There are some automated ones, rail repair units. Let's click on this. Let's see. So road construction battalions, the 510th, the 677th, the 680th road construction battalions, and the 2nd OT construction battalion. That stands for Organization Tote. So that unit and the 5th, the 6th, or the 2nd and the 5th are not technically military units. They are civilian units. I don't know if they would have at this stage been given an armband saying something like, I am, in German, I am in the service of the Wehrmacht, which means that they have been sort of turned into soldiers. And then, but they are like I say, from Organization Tote, which is not a military organization. And the K-11 RAD labor detachment, that is the Reich Arbeitsdienst. I'm sure I'm butchering the German, but basically National Labor Service. And that's another civilian unit. Now, Organization Tote and RAD were often armed, but just, with rifles. Yeah, not with machine guns and mortars and all of the other accoutrements to really fight in a battle. They're more just like, oh shit, some enemy got close enough to us. We're in trouble, so let's, defend ourselves, kind of thing. They're going to come up here, and then we're going to repair that railway section there. And then we're going to come up to here. Oh, didn't we repair? Is there an undo button here? Undo last move. Okay. Oh, well, okay, I guess it's going to happen. Then come up here. Okay, it's going to happen. And then, that's right. It just turns yellow to there. Boy, I thought we weren't going to get that. Okay, so we're going to get those hexes repaired. The railway to keep the supplies flowing. Hey, Eric, my friend, how you doing? We're going to use this unit to come and capture that railway and move it a little bit. Now we're going to leave. Well, no, we're not. Oh, they've moved. Okay, they moved. Okay. Well, I guess we. Yeah. Let's get their core headquarters as well. Good met a guy at work today that worked on RPGs 20 years ago. He illustrates RPG books as well. Well, very cool. Eric is a person who he works in retail. I don't want to give out too much stuff. Not that it's a problem, but it's for him to say. Works in retail. But he has the habit of chatting with his customers and finding out all kinds of either interesting things about them, like somebody that worked in RPGs, or they've got interesting military collectibles or other things like that. And he really accumulates a lot of interesting stories and whatnot from what he is encountering. Okay, we're going to move you up to here. The HQ's coming forward. Just to give, if those who don't know. Yeah, I'm a bit perplexed too. I'm not saying anything in a negative way, but just, yeah, it is odd. It is a bit weird. Okay. Don't know, do you even have any units? Okay, well, let's move you up to here. Now, for those of you who don't know, Polizei is an interesting division. It says Polizei SS Infantry Division, where, well, I don't know. It changes name over time. Well, this is saying Totenkopf. Yeah, well, I'm not sure at this moment in time. It may have, at this moment in time, have added the SS to its name. It starts out just as the Polizei Division. As part of the title of this stream says, historical commentary by me, Gamer1745. And that's partially what I do here. And these great games from Matrix, in this case, or Slytherin, they're not just a game of chess. So they're tied to history. And I love history. I love finding out about history, reading about history. Sometimes good historical fiction is great to read. And good is in both well written, and the history part of it is good. Meaning it's not a lot of weird fantasy. It's just sort of putting, maybe creating a fictional character as a member of a division or something, and to sort of tell the story of, the division, in different combats, and tell it in a fictionalized way, and then maybe taking a lot of real events that happen to 10 or 20 different people and mushing them all into this sort of events happening directly or indirectly to like one person. That's sort of my idea of good historical fiction. But I love the history, and so I talk about even here the history around these games, what they're representing here. For those of you who are new to, I know Eric and Beamslam are not. They've heard me do this a lot. So just to give you sort of what this was. So Himmler, well, before World War II, after the Nazis come to power, but before World War II, and it happens in several stages, takes over the police in Germany. So he has it. He's in charge of the police in Germany instead of at the start in 1933 in Prussia. And if you look at a map of Prussia in 1933, it's all over the place. It isn't just East Prussia and West Prussia. There's little bits and pieces of Prussia still around. The Nazis rationalize the sort of German states, if you will. Goering is in charge of because he is president of Prussia, where, in 1933, where Hitler is chancellor, Hindenburg is president of Germany, and Prussia is part of Germany, but Goering is in charge of Prussia, and the Gestapo, or actually originally it was the Gestapo, named after a sort of the post office stamp for the police agency. They were the political police, is in Prussia, and an investigative, looking for bad political criminals, as you will, as opposed to regular murders and thieves or whatnot. And so Goering was in charge of the Gestapo. And Frick was interior, or eventually becomes interior of, a minister of the interior. So he's in charge of some of the other police. Well, over time, all of this shifts to the under Himmler. Well, the Gestapo, because as an investigative agency, and now they clean house over time of the wrong sort of people. Hey, Zizi, if you know what I mean, politically unreliable and other things, you know what I'm talking about. And it becomes part of the SS, the Gestapo, over time. The police are under Himmler's control, but not part of the SS. Now, again, as time goes on, and definitely by the time you're getting into, I don't know, like around 1942, the police have taken on a military structure overall in Germany, in which all of the sort of, I don't know, we'll call them regional department heads. I don't know exactly. I don't know if it's organized along the same lines of the Gaus or what exactly, but all are generals. They get the title general. Instead of like police chief or whatever. They're all police generals. And all of the generals are also members of the SS. Not the policemen, but the generals. And so sometimes you can find some of these characters, and they're all evil. I like these people. They're all evil. Some of them you can see, sometimes they're pictured in police uniforms, with a small SS badge on their breast, sort of lower breast. or you can see them in their SS uniforms. It depends on sort of what duty they were doing that day. Now, but before this happens, before they set up this whole military um, structure, Himmler knows, of course, that they're getting ready to go to war with Poland, and Himmler wants more authority, more units, more whatever. And so a lot of the policemen through their career, or before they become policemen, have gone through the military. But they're somewhat, and it varies, exempt from being called up in the early waves of, bringing reservists, into regular units. So there are a lot of already, trained as soldiers, policemen, that Himmler forms a division. The Polizei is how I pronounce it, just to sort of emphasize the last I. Infantry division, and he gets equipment for it. And at the time of Poland, this is in 39. Now I know we're already in 41, and so probably by 41 it does have the SS title. And so these guys aren't, the general membership of the division are not SS men, are like from the Waffen SS. They probably, a fair amount of their officer corps probably is, but their general membership is not. So these are just policemen that mostly had some previous military experience. Mostly these policemen are volunteers for the unit. And so he forms these guys up. Now, as time goes on, they do become fully a Waffen SS unit. So this is sort of in their transitional period. And they're just an infantry division. They're not motorized or anything like that particularly. Right. Okay. So I want to rush here. That's what I want to sort of do. But I have to take into account all of these guys. I think most of this stuff is retreating. But they may decide to, create a defensive line. So we're going to keep moving up here. Yeah, we can. Okay, your divisions are going that way, so we're going to keep that. Okay, so I don't want to scare these other units away. Let's see, we can get to here. You can have up to 3 units stacked. These guys are now, we have a few units that are going to come up. Once they get more action points. Got AI now, specifically as its challenge long runish. Well, I have not played the grand campaign with this. I know Yogdog has, and I think XTRG has. I've played the scenarios, and the AI seems to do a decent job with the scenarios, but that's about all I can say because I have not really. It takes a long time to play this game, and I play so many different games for Solarian and Matrix as well as other games too, of course, that I really just haven't quite honestly had the time to dig into this game as much as I would like. And okay, hello. Well, I should say hello to Claude J and Raygun Rob. That's a lot I didn't know. Sure. I like to add the history to it. And so, Totenkopf is another unit that's interesting. That means death head, or Kopf is head, Toten death, whatever. And these are very much come out of the manpower that I'm trying to say the right way again, not to get these streams. Manpower from camps that people concentrate in. They think about things. Um, and these are command. The division at this point is commanded. He comes and goes a little bit from command is Theodor Eike. He's also in charge. So there are Totenkopf units that are not part of the Waffen SS that are running around doing things as well as, like I say, guarding certain camps. And it has a significant connection to that. And so a lot of these are, you know, interesting stories behind these units, much more so. And this is why I'm fascinated by them, because a lot of the, German divisions, infantry, armor, whatever, they have battle histories, certainly. Just looking at any action points. Okay, here we go, because we don't want to forget in the units that we should. Well, we have the action points for. Let's see, can we do a deliberate attack? No, I don't think we can. I don't think I want to attack that way. So, like I say, there's well, okay. I want you, not you. Okay. Let's see what our and let's be smart about this. Let's get the HQ somewhat up there so we're no longer red. We can only move the HQ through territory that we control. And so, yeah, a regular division mostly, can have a very interesting combat record, but may not have as colorful or interesting a creation record, if you will, or other sorts of stories. So that's going to be there much stronger than we are on the attack, and that don't have the action points to attack across the river. So what I'm trying to do here, and I'm actually going to move you back to there. That may have not been the best choice, but I'm trying to cut off these forces and hopefully keep some of them from making it out by doing this. And so I find years and years, I mean like 20 plus years ago, I'm old, people, if you didn't know. I bought a collection of books, volume books on the histories and the uniforms of the various Waffen SS divisions, and they, all their different stories that a lot of them are. Trying to think, do I want to go this way? Well, okay, what do we have here? Okay, 2 divisions plus. Okay, so we got 4 divisions there. So I think we will move you up to here. A lot of them are from different non-German sources, either from the East Front or from the Netherlands or wherever, and their stories of how they come to be and what they are. And so I'm just fascinated by all of that. Okay, so I think mostly we've done what we can. I've sort of not pushed on these guys to hopefully that they can't retreat when I do push and they'll surrender is the hope, as opposed to these guys keep retreating. Now they're probably losing lots of equipment and whatnot at various. Oh no, I thought I had that turned on. Yes, allow AI to. Yes, in the turn, but the AI is going to manage. Hopefully, all of our supply for And while that's running, I'm going to Alt Tab over here, open this up. Yep. I think it's a good time for me to pimp out my own channels. I love streaming here for Slithering TV. They give me an opportunity to meet interesting people and play very interesting games. But I also have a YouTube channel in which I cover these topics and these games and play them and talk about what's going on with, um, the history around the games, and all that stuff. And I also have my own Twitch channel, which I stream mostly on the weekends. So you guys can follow and subscribe with those if you haven't already. I know Beam Slam has. Right. Okay.